What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to yet another Montreal Expos expansion episode. It's free agency time. We're going to go over awards. We're going to make some quick free agent plans, and hopefully we'll have a nice quick episode here, and we'll have everyone on their way. So let's start with the awards. So these are the Gold Gloves in the AL. Got Braxton Garrett, Drew Romo, Edouard Julien, Adael Amador, Kobe Mayo takes home a Gold Glove. Willy Adames, Evan Carter actually lands his first ever Gold Glove for us, so that's cool. Parker Meadows, and Jason Dominguez in right field. On the NL side, Ryan Pepiot, good for Ryan Pepiot. Jefferson Cuero, Alejandro Mora, Nico Horner, Cabrian Hayes, Mason Wynn, Walker Jenkins, Jose Siri, and Luis Lara. Reliever of the year is Aaron Bummer, unanimously takes it. We see AJ Puck there with one single point. NL reliever of the year goes to Tyler Megill. Tyler Megill takes it over Luke Little, over Edwin Diaz, and over Tanner Scott, who all received first place votes. Silver Sluggers. And once again, always feel free to pause. Take a look at what the individual stats are. I'm not going to cover every player's stats. Edison Duran of the Yankees takes it for catcher. Condon gets it for first base, Holiday for second, Montgomery for third. Ellie takes shortstop, Wyatt takes left, Wyatt Langford, of course. J-Rod in center, Riley Green in right, and Blaze Jordan takes it for the DH. Dude that we traded away in that Evan Carter Juan Soto deal. He actually had his best career year for Texas there. Silver Sluggers in the NL, you got Henry Davis, you got Brett Beatty, has a great year, Ozzy Albies, Aurelvis Martinez, C.J. Abrams, Walker Jenkins, Jackson Chorio, Jordan Walker, and Matt Olson. Matt Olson goes for 54 home runs. Got Sungjae Kim takes home Rookie of the Year over Zhang Boonbei. Two international guys. That's cool to see. The NL Rookie of the Year goes to Caden Bodine. Honestly, a weak rookie class for both all around, so hopefully next year's a little better. One cool thing, Manny Ramirez takes home Manager of the Year. So Manny actually threw 5 seasons so far, 414 and 396. Manager of the Year in 2028, made the playoffs each of the last 3 seasons, and topped 100 wins each of the last 2. I'm not sure what next year's going to look like for us, but I think we have a pretty good chance to be up around 100 again and to be winning the division yet again. Carlos Mendoza takes it in the NL. Carlos Mendoza for the Mets has a outstanding record, having made the playoffs in every year so far, and he's the back-to-back Manager of the Year. AL Cy Young goes to Drew Rasmussen. Drew Rasmussen out in Colorado manages to secure the AL Cy Young. Looks like it was his first year in Colorado, too. Let's look at his career stats. Overall, pretty good career stats. I wish the counting stats were a little higher. But quite the year for Drew Rasmussen. Beats out Mackenzie Gore, who comes in second. George Kirby, who comes in third. Luis Castillo comes in fourth. And Chase Dolander rounds out the top 5. Paul Skeens takes home the NL Cy Young. One cool thing, he did it without making the All-Star game. So Skeens goes, looks like 208 Ks, 14-9, 285 ERA. Yoshinobu Yamamoto gets a single first place vote. I would have actually gone with Yamamoto, I think, in terms of who had the better season, the more deserving Cy Young season, but I don't make the rules. Satomi Fujiwara comes home in third with actually a really, really solid season, but lacked the Ks, didn't get wins, just didn't allow runs. And Blake Snell fourth, Aaron Nola rounds out the top 5. Riley Green takes home MVP, unanimous MVP. Riley Green, he deserves it. He was the best player this year. Ellie second, Wyatt third, Condon fourth. Braden Montgomery rounds out the top 5. I am so incredibly proud of Braden Montgomery this past season. Shohei Ohtani takes home his 4th MVP for the Dodgers. Goes out 48 homers. Actually not that great of a batting season. Obviously really good and incredible, outstanding. I'm not going to say an MVP season, though. His pitching season was a pretty stout as well, but once again, not MVP, just good. But you put the two together, and I guess he's the MVP. Beats out Jordan Walker, it looked like. Walker got 7 first-place votes. Jordan Walker had a really good season. beats out Jackson Churio, beats out Brett Beatty, beats out Francisco Alvarez to round out the top 5. Take a look at some of the international guys. I'm going to save us some time. There's no one good. One good player, Nelson Huertas, looks like he has a future potentially, but he got signed on the very first day to Atlanta. I hate when it does that. You guys can see right here, we made one trade. We got Blaze Alexander. We sent him away to Toronto. I know what you guys are thinking. He's been our mainstay in the middle of the infield. He's been with us pretty much since the second season. Yeah, since the second season. But we got a pretty good return here. So we sent away Blaze Alexander, Sergio Carrillo, Randy Parson, who was a top pick for us, and Emmett Sheehan. We got back Ricky Tiedemann. We got back Alex Mooney. Alex Mooney's a good player, coming off a down year, but last year he had 5.64. He can man the middle of the infield if we need. He can be a backup. He's a team captain, and he's got 4 years of team control. But the big one, Ricky Tiedemann, is going to be our number 3 pitcher. As far as a number 3 goes, that's incredible. Our number 3 could push 250 Ks. That's outstanding, but most importantly, they retained 85% of Ricky Tiedemann's contract. That's the big thing. We got a lot of financial flexibility because we're only paying 15% of the numbers you see there. So that was huge for us. I think we'll double check. I think that was the only move that we made here. Yep, that was the only move that we made. We let a lot of these guys walk. Mount, Bryant, Lodolo, Ferguson, Gill, Green, Morel, Olson, Brenton Doyle. Didn't like letting Brenton Doyle leave, but 30 years old, starting to decline a little bit. Couldn't keep him around anymore. We already have one team mascot hanging around, and Kyle Lewis can't have 2. So let's plan out free agency. So we do have an offer on James Wood. James Wood, we had that offer actually before free agency started. For some reason, the Nationals cut him during the playoffs. So we're going to make a push for him. Potential Gold Glover, power hitter, not wanting an obscene amount of money. Riley Green's available, reigning MVP. Vlad Jr.'s available, coming off a down year. Logan O'Hoppy's available, coming off a not as good year as some of the past. But he could be an option. He's a monster power bat. Really mashes against righties, so he could be an option. Nick Prado, not going to be an option. Good player, though. Really good player. James Wood, we already have the offer on at Rosarena. We will not be entertaining him. Campusano, no. Braley, no. Luis, no. Nolan, no. Torkelson, we might entertain Spencer Torkelson. Joe Adele, probably not. We don't have a ton of needs as far as hitters go anyway. So there's not a whole big reason for us to really go spend on one if we can get some of these cheap guys who could provide upside. You know, Cade Dougherty could bring some power to us. Reese Hoskins, Eloy Jimenez could be someone that we look to bring in. Josh Young could be someone that we look to bring in. The guys that really want lesser amount, Ryan McMahon, we actually had him for a little bit. We dealt him. Great defender, good hitter. Could be someone that we look to entertain. Kyron Paris, no, not really what we're looking for. Jose Ramirez, not going to be someone that we bring in, but it's actually kind of crazy how much he fell off in this and how quickly he fell off. So 2024 first season, he was already washed. He was already washed in that first season. Then he goes 4 straight negative WAR seasons for Cleveland. He dropped. Blake Sable's a pretty good player. Jesus Sanchez is a very good player. Bryson Stott is someone who's typically pretty solid. Spencer Steer, a lot of options here. Schwarbs is always one. Dalton Varsho we could look to bring back. Verdugo, Mark Vientos. A lot of options here for cheap acquisitions that could provide a boost. Yelich is a DH at this point, but he's a pretty good player still. Pretty good batter still. So we got options. We got options. Let's take a look at pitchers. Pitchers are where we're kind of lacking. I'll show you guys in a second how we're looking to line up. Shoto Imanaga. Actually a pretty good pitcher still. But I think we can probably do a little better. Ooh, that's Craig Kimbrell down here. Let's see how many saves he has, because he's probably played his last game. Kimbrell's looking to end his career with 429 saves. Okay, looking at pitchers, they want a lot of money. We're not going to be giving out that kind of money to anyone here. Let's take a look. Ferguson, but we let him walk, but now he wants way less. He wanted $8 million before, now he only wants $4 million. Alexis Diaz, Luis Severino could be someone. That's a good pitcher. That's a cheap $4 million contract. Let's see, we're just going to keep scrolling a little bit. Angel Kivili, no. Clevenger, no, he's washed. Cutter Crawford, still a good pitcher. Cutter Crawford could be an option for us. Will Dion, Dylan Dodd, no. Braxton Garrett wants a lot of money. I'd love to bring him in, but he wants a lot of money. Luis Gill, once again, wanted $8 million. Now he's down to 4.8. So honestly, our best bet that I'm seeing right here might just be to try to bring back one of Ferguson or Gill. Michael King, nothing real crazy here. Jacob Lopez, Ronaldo Lopez, Matt Manning, Brendan McKay, Casey Mize wants $15 million. Jesus, Casey Mize, Kyle Buller. Honestly, a pretty underwhelming creative class. We see some guys that we could bring in for cheap, but there's really no one that's jumping out, yelling out at me saying, this dude you need to get. Carlos Rodon, good pitcher. Kodai Senga. Right as I say, there's no one jumping out. Kodai Senga, $6 million, 35 years old. He's still looking like he's a really good pitcher. Even on a down year last year, still looking like a really good pitcher. We'll have to really consider Kodai Senga, especially if it's just a one-year contract. If it's a one-year contract, I think we'll have to at least entertain him. That's really it, though. We're still toying with the idea of trading Ellie, but he's also hurt for 3 more months, so we really can't even move him if we wanted to. Which, I mean, that kind of sucks. But we're gonna continue to entertain it, just because I can already see a little bit of a downward trend in his ratings, and we want to get out ahead of that before that massive contract becomes what we have going on with Corey Seager right now. Corey Seager's an albatross, so we want to avoid that. But thank you guys for watching. We'll check on in, do our little offseason recap, go over Hall of Famers, go over what we signed, league moves, and we'll see how we stack up heading into 2029. Thank you.